Already know. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Planning ahead, folks, planning ahead. The value and the importance of planning ahead. All right, recording this, it is July 31st, 2024. I'm actually, this afternoon, I'll be getting on a flight to home island, the island, baby, Trinidad and Tobago, for a family reunion for a few weeks. So these videos may be coming out in different time zones sporadically and things like that. So reason I bring up planning ahead is because you have got to make it a habit, all right, when weeks like this or situations, things like this come up in which you know you're going to be away for a long time or you're going to be away from your normal routine, your content and your services and your business continues to run in a smooth and efficient way, all right? It was a perfect example was just yesterday, actually, right? Yesterday, believe it or not, yesterday I recorded 4 podcast episodes, 4 different guests. That's 4 different people to learn about. It's 4 different questions, like 4 sets, 4 different groups of people, not groups, but 4 different people in which I had to kind of get an idea, get a pulse on what they're all about, know what questions to ask, know what talking points to create, because you guys already know I don't let bullshit on my show. I keep it all the way authentic, all the way factual, all the way real. I want to make sure I'm giving my listeners the feeling of having a conversation directly with someone, even though it may be through some from some internet technology device or whatever it is. I want to give the feeling of we're having a conversation directly. So, whenever I bring people on my show, I myself have to have listened to them and, kind of got a feel for what they're all about before we actually move forward with the recording. So I had 4 of those, 4 fucking just powerful, heavy hitter episodes yesterday. And I knew I still had to pack for today. I have to, do some laundry, get some things in order to eat on the flight tonight from Fort Lauderdale all the way to Trinidad. And I still teach, we're getting ready for the school year and all that kind of stuff. So the school year actually starts on Thursday. So there was a lot going on yesterday. However, the reason that these recordings went as smoothly as they did is because the day before I made sure I confirmed with these people. And when I confirmed with them, I saw what time they'll be on. So I knew I gave myself a certain amount of hours or a certain time to listen to this one on this show, so that way I'll be prepared for when they're on at this time. And you'll hear all this when the episodes come out, but these things move very fluently because I made it a habit to plan ahead. Not only that, but when I get to the normally I usually like to get to airports about 3 hours before whenever I'm flying out somewhere, I usually like to get to the airport about 3 hours before the plane actually takes off. So I have my laptop with me and I could start to batch and put all the material out there that I know is going to need to be produced all next week, and I'll have time, give myself time before the flight actually takes off. So by the time I actually touch down in Trinidad, it's just a matter of the stuff working. Again, I've said this on multiple occasions, your system and your way of doing business, the system needs to actually be working harder than you do, all right? I'm bringing all this to your attention. The reason I'm bringing all this to your attention is because it is actually very vital when it comes to thought leadership, when it comes to building an organization. In fact, just yesterday, I was actually the last interview I did, and you'll hear her say this directly, but it's worth repeating. This Lorianne Ball. She's actually a professor at Butler University. She had an agency that she sold. And she was saying the same thing. She was building the business in a way in which she could leave it, bring people in, and it runs the exact same way. All right. And I've spoken about this in the past, even when I spoke about, we're approaching football season and some of the legendary coaches that have gone and retired, and they just bring in an assistant. They bring in not necessarily an assistant, but anybody that's been a part of the program and knows a great deal about them, in which they can move on, and the system runs as smoothly as it was as if they were there. These are the things that you have to be making sure your antennas are up for while you're in business. All right. So again, go back to my story. I like I said, I listened to their episodes. I made sure I kind of committed it to memory, and I brought those talking points up, and we were able to achieve a great episode. All the meetings that I had to be there for when it comes to school and dealing with the kids and what we're going to be what's going to be expected of us as the teachers this year at school. All that stuff was done, and I get to move forward. And that's when, and I'll close you guys out with just this concept and thinking about this, that's when you start to become more valuable to your place, your work environment, and your place of business, whether that place of business is your business or it's actually a job or a stepping stone, something that you're using to catapult yourself into something even better. Is that when you're able to utilize your time, plan ahead, create opportunities for not only yourself, but opportunities that other organizations can benefit from, then you start to connect. That's when networking starts to be a beneficial thing. That's when you start seeing benefits from meeting people and connecting with this one. It's not going to be any benefit just meeting people and not having any substance or value to create. It's going to be beneficial when you meet people and you've already begun the process of you building your business, building your organization, and building all your frameworks out. That's when it starts to become valuable. All right. So make sure you spend a great deal of time thinking about how you're going to create that. All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, it's makeyaMove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.